Hello and welcome back to Cut the Craggle for day 3 of building the Lego Batman the Animated Series Gotham City set. 3 days in a row. You don't normally get this kind of consistency from this channel. I'm sorry I left you on the starting soon screen for a bit longer than I originally intended. I was trying to do a post on Instagram to let everyone know that we are now live. I was trying something different rather than do it ahead of time and tell people, you know, to set reminders. I thought, okay, well, if I do it just as I go live. For some reason, Instagram is refusing to let me post anything. So, yeah, I don't know if that's just me or if Instagram is down again. Who knows? But I think YouTube is up. I think we're here. I can see some people in the chat. It says that I'm live. So hopefully you can all see my desk, my builds, and hopefully you can hear me as well. How are we all doing? Huh? I can't believe that we're already 3 days into April of this year. And this year is 2024, man, honestly. It's become redundant now to say that you feel like 2020 was only like 18 months ago, but still, like, I'm still waiting for it to feel like 4 years ago, and it doesn't. Anyway, so let's have a look in the chat. Who we got here? We've got Jacob Neely. Yes, he's here. He's making up from being absent for the first stream, or the vast majority of it. We've got IceDepot35. Hello, hello. Mrs. Craggle. Mrs. Craggle says, Instagram has had another outage. Okay, that explains it, right. And Jacob says, I'm really proud of you, Craggle. 3 days is a huge achievement. It is for me, right? You know, I've not been putting out a lot of content consistently, so to do 3 streams in a row, at least now I've got an excuse for not making any videos because I've been busy streaming. And they're public streams as well, because the streams I've done for like the last 6 months, I think, have all been members only ones. So, yeah. Anyway, we're here. We're building the Lego Gotham City set. By the way, for those of you who were here yesterday, did you stick around to the end? Did you see that we had a special appearance, an unexpected spotting in the chat by someone very special? I was not expecting it at all, hence why I said unexpected. I'm still kind of buzzing about it. It was really cool. Like, I mean, someone said that to me afterwards, oh, it could be a fake, but I don't know why you would fake that, do you know what I mean? Like, but I don't know why you would pretend to be anyone else anyway, but yeah, there was this special appearance in the last 8 or so minutes of the stream yesterday, so I don't think we're going to top that, but we're going to have a lot of fun building this set. We've still only got 1 minifigure so far. They are spreading these out because there's only 4 minifigures across an insanely large build. That's not part of the piece, I just used that to prop the figure up so you can see it. This is what we've done so far. It's a bit difficult to show off on this camera, but we're getting there, and we are now on bag number 9. So let's see. I may have a look at the instructions first to see if I'm actually going to be building a separate assembly that I attach to this, or whether I'm actually going to be building directly onto it, because that will determine how I use the limited space that I have. Okay, I think actually looking at bag 9 is a mixture of both. Okay, so that hasn't helped as much as I thought it would, but there we go. But how are we all doing? It is currently 7 minutes past 9 PM here in the UK. How is it where you are? How is it your day? Are you midday? Are you coming to an end of your day? Sorry about the hair. Comes with having long hair and a beard. Are you just starting out? What's happening? There we go. Bag opening ASMR. One thing I noticed actually, well, I didn't notice it as such, but I realised after we finished streaming yesterday, these are all plastic bags. I thought we were onto paper bags now. I know they said for a while you might have a mixture in sets of paper and plastic, but the last few smaller sets I got, the Sonic ones, have all been paper. That said, most of the sets I bought in the last few months I haven't built. They're just currently sat in my backlog. I was saying to Mrs. Craggle, this is the first time I've done any proper building, really, in about, probably since Christmas time. It was just crazy, just not had the time or the space to build. So, feels good to be building again. You know, I am a Lego fan. I do like to build, so yeah. So unfortunately, with such a large set, there is going to be a tremendous amount of plastic landfill stuff in here. But, you know, what can you do? Hopefully, there'll be a day when it's all paper bags. Not so far away. This is where I start thinking I've lost a piece when I haven't really, probably. Or I just can't see it. Although, genuinely... it's not that I've lost a piece, it's that I was doing what I like to call predictive building, where I was assuming basically that the same thing happens on both sides, because so far it's been symmetrical, but now it's not. You ever get that, where you get into a rhythm and you start doing some, predictive building, and then realize, oh, actually, it's not like that. There we are. Okay, get rid of this tab. I got a tab open for the page that leads into instructions. I don't need that, I just need the instructions. Okay, this is where it's going to get a little bit dicey. So... that doesn't look right. I'm missing something on this. Did I not finish that previous step? Is there an extra bit? Did I scroll past it? Oh. Ow. I forgot to finish it off. That's gonna go. That's quite cool. Right. This is gonna be so awkward. Oh, blimey. Right, let's move. I tell you what, I'll move the pieces off camera so that I can dedicate my limited camera real estate to actually you seeing what I'm building. Though, oops. Go up a little bit, I think. As long as you don't mind seeing pesky wires, I might get away with having the little camera put a little bit further. Though, saying that, let me just go like go a bit funny. How's that? Does that work? I don't know, it looks a bit blown out now, my camera. That kind of works. Oh. Oh, so it's better when it's back there. What nonsense is? I'm trying to get a lovely camera angle for you with the limited amount of desk space I have. Trying not to show you all the wires and edges of the plastic mat that I've got down protecting the desk. Anyway. Hey! Look who it is! It's Sam Jones! Yep, I did that with my own TARDIS and ended up bricks short and then had to undo like 6 layers. Predictive building, that is. Wow. If the great Sam Jones is guilty of it, then, you know, it's gotta be okay. It's easily done. Not that I'm saying that Sam is easily done, but, you know. Good to have you here, Sam. I just ordered $150 plus worth of pieces my wallet is holding on for dear life. Wait, you told me you didn't have any money to super chat yesterday, and now you've got money to buy 150 worth of bricks or pieces? Shame on you. No, not really. I would probably build. I'd probably spend it on bricks rather than super chats too. Hey, Spacetime is here too. I'm here too. Just AFK while I do some video editing. Away from keyboard, right? I think that's what it means. I'm down with the kids. I think. You got paid last night. Oh. Dollar bills, is it? Is that what they say, kids? They start doing. Which to me looks like you're spreading butter, but you know. I'm acting older than I am. I know what that means. I'm not that old. Mrs. Craggle is like looking at me going, yes, you bloody well are. I can feel her eyes burning a hole in the back of my head. Actually, Mrs. Craggle, in all fairness, is the one that always tells me I'm not as old as I think I am. Sam says, thank you, good sir. I need a smile and a laugh, and I know you can deliver. Oh, no pressure then. You come to laugh at my terrible building. Okay, this is going to be difficult, because I'm going to try and do it like that. That should go alongside. Oh my word. Hey, get out the way. Am I seriously molting now? Is it molten season for Craggles? Or am I just so old that my hair's all fallen out? Yeah, really, on the instructions, it's got it this way. But unfortunately... Well, actually, that's not too bad. I can kind of get it there. That's alright. That fits. It's the lettering at the top, which... Honestly, I'm really impressed so far just with how they did the N. Doing the classic Art Deco Batman the Animated Series font. And, where's that one going? Yeah. Honestly, today I woke up a little bit later because I couldn't sleep last night, and I was gonna do some video production. I was gonna do some work, make some content for you all, and I was just so lethargic and tired from not sleeping. I was like, I'll just go on Red Dead for a bit. I'm currently back into Red Dead. It's one of my favourite games of all time. And I said, yeah, I'll go on it for a couple of hours. Mrs. Craggle got up. I said, when she gets up, I'll go off Red Dead and do some work. But then she wanted to talk to me for a bit. We had some breakfast. Then she went to work, and then I carried on playing Red Dead until it was lunchtime. And then we went and did grocery shopping. And then I come back and I was tired from grocery shopping. So I went on Red Dead. And then I went to bed for a bit. Try and catch up on some of the sleep that I lost last night. So no new content today. Well, I'm streaming. That's new content, right? That's what counts. Yeah? Come on, back me up, man. Oh dear. Tough crowd. Oh, we got a sticker. And I put that in the wrong place. It doesn't. Oh. It's not clear on that first page. There we go. Yes, we have a sticker, Mrs. Craggle, if you'd be so kind. It is number 3131. What did you do? Oh. I said this loud, like, noise, and I wondered what was going on then. I was confused. Oh, we got one of the little poor pieces. Printed pieces out. That's an existing print, though, so nothing too special. Streaming totally is new content, right? I feel so too. Thank you, Mr. Craggle. Oh, how appropriate! This is a tie of Catwoman, and as Mrs. Craggle turned after handing me this, she just absolutely demolished my arm with her claws. She just scratched me. Normally we save the scratching for my back, and we save it for the bedroom. Kitty got claws. Wow. Yeah, that hurt. So, are these, rather than being like little kitty treats, are they meant to be like footprints or something going up into the vault or whatever it is, the room where she's burgling, the museum maybe, where the diamond is? So this instruction said catwalk was the episode, so it's not the first appearance of Catwoman in the animated series. Damn, it's actually stinging now. She broke the skin. Behind me. Should press charges. Sorry, just gonna drink. So is Instagram still down? I don't know what's going on. Yeah, it still looks like. Well, Instagram just loaded up.
Just about an hour ago, it went down.
Well, I don't think it's actually uploading my story. It seems to be stuck on 90%. Oh well. We still got some cool people here, right? If you're a cool person and you're watching, I want you to say, yo. When I say, I want you to say yo, I want you to type yo and then press enter. And type it specifically in the little chat box. Also, Mrs. Crackle behind me, I don't know if you heard that, she went yo. Because she's claiming to be a cool person. No, you're not cool. You're hot. Yeah. Kids, that's how you do flirting. I learned it from a book. I can flirt. I learned it from a book. Dear me. Hey, I Steppy Boy's here and she said yo. Apparently we only have one cool person watching now, because that's the only person who did say yo. I know, can you hear Mrs. Crackle on the stream? Is the mic picking her up or is she too far away? You're just relying on what I'm saying. Oh, okay. Mrs. Crackle just said someone was able to post on Instagram 5 minutes ago. So it's just me now that's still having problems, is it?
They did say it's supposed to be like 76%, but
yeah, mine still says waiting for connection. Jacob says, sorry, checking on a package. Ooh, Jacob's rolling in money now, by the way. Jacob's gonna buy us all Applebee's. I've been at Applebee's. Went to New York. I should at some point do the whole usual plug self-promotion thing, which I'm not very good at. So if you're watching this, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing. Also, if you're into really cool exclusive content and perks, consider becoming a channel member for the low price of 99 cents US or 99 pence in UK. Other currencies are available. You'll get access to a whole heap of pre-existing exclusive content and also future exclusive content. You can also join my Discord server. It's free to join. But if you are a YouTube channel member, you get access to even more secret and exclusive channels as well. That wasn't that bad, was it? That was alright, wasn't it? I'm really bad at self-promotion, but that sounded like it was not too bad. Wait. That is going to be the wrong piece, right? Ah. Because that should be... Yeah, that's the wrong one. Ugh. I need that one. There we go. And then that one. Ah, and then that one. You can already tell what that's going to be, right? There are some really fun building techniques in this, I gotta be honest. I'm having a blast building it. Just don't like the stickers. That is my one complaint. Even the fiddly bits, which I'm normally not a massive fan of because I got big clumsy fingers, aren't too bad. They're quite satisfying once you get them right. But the stickers, oh no! Wait, there you go. Everyone's gone super quiet in the chat now. Ta-da! Oh, Sam says, you are getting better at this self-promotion lark. All the practice on the podcast is playing off. Yeah, that's true. Speaking of which, I do need to edit the audio-only version of the latest episode so that it can go on Spotify and everything. I'm going to try and get around to that on the weekend. I originally was going to do other stuff today, but like I said, feeling tired. I still did my errands, I still did my grocery shopping, but anything else kind of got put on the back burner. I decided to conserve my strength for this stream, so you're welcome. Oh, we said build behind the camera then, sorry. That's right, good, is it? Building behind the camera. This is very, very awkward though, because, like I said, I got this little thin sliver between the top of my webcam and the bottom of my mic, where I can see what I'm building. And I feel like I'm going to sneeze in a second as well. Oh no. So, Sam Jones, Mr. Sam Jones, how has your day been? You said you were in need of a laugh. Is everything okay? Anything you want to talk about? Wrong way. Oh. Food shopping is a priority over everything. Cheese is life. Yes! I used the cheese life emoji. And funny enough, I actually had cheese for my dinner. Well, amongst other things. We had jacket potatoes with turkey and bacon mayo and extra mature cheddar cheese grated over the top. It was absolutely divine. I loved it. I loved it. Two seconds. I'm back. I didn't sneeze, I just sniffled a lot. So, there's that, just thought I'd keep you up to date. Instagram still won't upload my story, still gets 90% and then says error. Apparently some people are able to post on Instagram, but all the posts I'm seeing are like from 6 hours ago now, so I don't know. If you're on social media and if you're able to, tell people that I'm streaming. Because I've not been able to. Ow. Can't see. Where are you? Over here. There we go. Work has been rubbish and in a strange hotel all alone, so yeah, I'm alright. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, not sorry to hear that you're alright, but sorry to hear that you're in a strange hotel and work has been rubbish. I'm back at work tomorrow. Had some time off for Easter, which was nice, but now I don't want to go back. I don't know. Everyone's like, oh, now you've had some time off, are you refreshed and ready back to work? I don't know. I mean, I don't hate my job, but honestly, whenever I have time off, I never think, oh, I could do it going back to work now. Does anyone feel that way? Does anyone have time off work and then they'd be like, oh, I feel like I need to go back to work now. I'm missing, you know, I feel refreshed. It's time for me to go back. Honestly, if you're honest with yourself, does anyone actually feel that way? Am I in the minority, or is it just something that people lie to themselves about, saying that they that after on a holiday to be refreshed and ready to go back? Okay, so that's the end of that bag. But interestingly, whilst we have pretty much one of everything, we've got a 1x2. Huh. It could potentially be a spare, as Mrs. Crackle is telling me, but I don't know. Generally, if you have 1x1s, yeah, as long as they're like there's not more than one of the same 1x1, they're spares. But I'll come back to that. We'll put that over there, maybe. But Jacob's back. Hello, Jacob. You're back. Where did you go? What did you do? Who did you see? You do sometimes get 1x2 tiles spare, right? I don't know. Sam Jones says, after a holiday, I'm like, I need to go back and clear up this mess. Well, your work? Well, I guess because you don't trust your co-workers, but I don't know. I never get that feeling of, oh, I'm refreshed and want to go back to work. Oh, wait, we got... Bag 10 says Shadow of the Bat Part 2. So we had Shadow of the Bat Part 1 before. Now this one says Part 2. Although, when we said Part 1, it wasn't really referencing the events of Part 1. I mean, Feet of Clay Part 1 had a scene from Feet of Clay Part 2, so... Like I said, the connections are tenuous at best. But hey, I like that they put the effort in to try and add something a little extra in honor of the series. Jacob says, had to switch to the phone. Oh, okay. We need more people in here. I put all these special notifications up for things for when people interact with the stream. No one's seeing them. That's what bothers me more. Not that I want people to donate or anything. Just I want people to see the notifications that I made. Probably not that good, but... If you, I should say, if you subscribe, if you're not already subscribed, and your subscriptions are, as long as they're public, your subscription list is public, it will come up with a cool notification. Likewise, if you become a channel member, or if you give a super chat. But enough of that. Shameless self-promotion, virtualized, or virtually begging. We are making our second minifigure of the set. Is Harley Quinzel, aka Harley Quinn. Oop, not the camera. Interesting. I'm not sure I like that build for a gun. LEGO seems to constantly use this build for the gun now, which is kind of like a Uzi piece. I was surprised when LEGO made basically what is like a submachine gun piece, but they seem to use it now for like space weapons and just any type of gun. I guess you could kind of say it looks a bit like, I don't know, a Desert Eagle or something from that side. But yeah, this is meant to be the gun she has with the giant cork at the end. But the minifigure wise, people might be underwhelmed by it because generally we've had Harley Quinn minifigures that have been accurate to her original appearance in the show before. So this isn't anything particularly new. I mean, it's new pieces, but you know, we've had ones very similar to this. But I like it. I think she's a cool looking minifigure. Let me full focus. Yeah. Haven't got really any complaints about this. Nice back printing. What's the opacity like? I'm trying to see the light. The opacity on the torso could be a little bit whiter. I think it's slightly better on the head print. It's certainly not the worst I've seen from Lego when they've printed, you know, white onto a different colour. Was it Lady Dragon Heart? Dragonstone? From the Lego Ninjago movie? That was the worst one when they painted her face on a black minifig head. No, I like this minifig. It's good. We shall add it to our stand. There we go. We got Batman and Harley Quinn. Yeah, the white on the torso is a little bit pinkish, but it's not the worst I've seen, and it does depend on the lighting, I guess. Like from this out angle here, it looks more white, but let's like tilt it more towards the light, you can see, yeah. It's a little bit pinkish on the face, if I'm being completely honest as well, but it's not the worst. I think it's a perfectly decent official Lego Harley Quinn minifigure. But again, it wasn't one that I was desperate for them to do in this style, because they've already kind of done that with... I've got to try and refocus again now. With previous Harley Quinn minifigures. It's weird to think that you know, the Harley Quinn's image has changed so much now that is like the retro Harley. I remember when, what was it? It was like a couple of years after Suicide Squad the movie came out, and there was a person like in it wasn't Vimplanet, no, it was in this like comic book store, in this like department store that had been turned into an indoor market in Cardiff, and the person in there was like, have you got any Harley Quinn stuff? And the guy was like, yeah, sure, and showed them a shelf where they had lots of, you know, Harley Quinn in a black and red get up, and they were like, no, Harley Quinn? I'm like, yeah, that is Harley Quinn. And they're like, no, Harley Quinn, like, you know, like Margot Robbie, Harley Quinn. I'm thinking, I get that, but they must have not seen the film, because even in the film, right, in the one flashback bit, she wears the black and red outfit. Christina Neely, thank you. Christina Neely just subscribed. Christina Neely, I mean, speak. Christina Neely just subscribed. Thank you so much for subscribing. Is that any relation to you, Jacob? I feel like it could be. I feel like you might have got a relative or someone to subscribe just to see the notification. Mom? Jacob says, I was hoping for the Phantasm as a figure. Yeah, I mentioned this actually on the stream before, on the first day, I think, before you came around. It would be so cool if they'd done a polybag gift with promo with the Phantasm as a minifigure for this set. You know, like how they did with the Winter Soldier with the helicarrier, or even with Batman with the Adam West Batcave, although that one they brought out like a week later, or a month later, where they had the Mr. Freeze polybag for the 1966 Adam West Batcave. I just wanted to see the notification. Well, now you've got a super chat to see that notification, right? And then you've got to get your mum to become a channel member to see that notification, right? Right? There's a dog just started barking outside like he's answering me. What the hell? We had a dog the other day on stream. Well, he wasn't on stream, but I think you could hear him. I definitely could. And what's that? Slightly off camera as I'm doing it. It sounded like the dog was trying to speak the way they were barking. It was weird. Okay. It's been 40 minutes since I tried to post a story. honestly... Oh, wait. Does it upload? No, it still says posting. Oh, for crying out loud. It's going to post when we're finished, and I'll get people going, why did you post it after you finished streaming? Like, I didn't mean to. Or it's going to post it like 8 times. But yeah, that little notification is from On Leather Wings. Very first episode of Batman the Animated Series. And not to put down the rest of the series because it's fantastic, but it is also a cracker of an episode. Probably one of the best ones. It's probably one of the ones where Batman gets the most beat up. They had to tone it down a little bit after the pilot. It didn't shy away from it as much, but certainly he gets a hammering in that episode. Literally gets his face smacked right into the side of the glass windscreen of a police blimp. Makes me wince every time. Go, oh! Even as a cartoon, you know, the sound of it combined with the skill of the animation just makes you think, that must have hurt. Hey, David Austin, another channel member is here. Greetings, Crackle. This far into the build, how do your fingers feel? They're okay. They're not too bad. It's not as repetitive building the Sonic set, you know, with the stacking of the 1x1s. There is a lot of fiddly bit. Obviously, this is kind of like a micro scale build or nano scale, whatever you want to call it. So there is a lot of 1x1s and fiddly pieces, but I am enjoying this build, which I don't want to say surprised by, but I'm surprised by how much I'm probably enjoying just the build of it, not just because of the source material. Good to see you though. Another long-time channel supporter. Thank you for all your support. I know we got another one of those pieces I saw earlier. Where did it go? Oh. No. I refuse to believe that I'm actually missing a piece. Correct, I'm not missing a piece. For some reason I saw 3 on there, only needs 2. I was correct to assume that I wasn't missing a piece. Interesting though, there doesn't appear to be a spare one of that 1x1, and we didn't get spare in a previous bag. That's interesting. Can you imagine if they made a Phantasm polybag like you said, but they made it wide release like the 1992 Batman polybag? Yeah, that would be cool. Although I feel like wide release is given that a little bit too much credit. I know a lot of people couldn't find it anywhere. I managed to find the polybag eventually after buying one off eBay. But yeah, a Mask of the Phantasm polybag would have. If they announced that, I wouldn't have had any of the second doubts or the hesitation that I did last minute sort of doubts about buying this, because I did have some last minute doubts. If you've listened to the Unsorted podcast from Saturday, I did start to think, oh, wow, it is a lot of money and it is a lot of stickers and it's not really a minifig scale build like I like, so. But no, I am glad that I talked to my friends about it, in particular Spacetime Brick Studio, and of course my wife as well, and they encouraged me to go for it. I'm so glad I did, because I feel like I would have been shouting at myself going, what the hell? There's a set based on your favourite cartoon of all time. And you're not getting it. I say favorite. Yeah, it probably is my favourite cartoon of all time. There's probably another one that is, I don't even want to say joint sec. I'd say close second. I think it might even be joint first actually. But I wonder if you can guess what that is. It's probably a bit obvious. David Austin says, I also must say that I have thoroughly enjoyed the new Unsorted episodes. It has greatly improved my commute. Ah, fantastic. I'm glad that. I'm glad you're enjoying them. We are going to try and do, well, we're still trying to figure out scheduling the stuff. So there will be periods, where we don't do an episode every week. But it's not something that we're giving up on. It is something that we want to continue. We want to grow, and hopefully, we can continue to make your commutes more enjoyable. And Mrs. Craggle, we has a sticker, please. It is number 7, but also you might as well take these here now because I need 2 number 5s on these, please, if you'd be so kind. Oh, that's the wrong one. You're such a pod tease. It's not down to me. Blame Sam Jones if he's still here. He's got a day job that is very demanding, which is why we're having to space out a little bit. Space out, see what I did there? Because we lengthened the time in between episodes, and we also brought in Space Time Brick Studio as a guest presenter. See what I did there? Okay, I'll shut up now. Oh, thank you. I know, there's 2 full pages of stickers in this. Mrs. Craggle was saying about the amount of stickers that are still left after this. It is crazy. Yeah, I don't want to look up too much because I don't want to have like any Easter eggs spoiled.
Yeah, I just had a look.
Okay, now we're using the telescope piece. Awesome, very cool building techniques in this. It's got to be said. I'm not just saying that in case the the senior designer of Lego Batman is watching again. Down a bit. There you go. Okay, that's cool. I like that. That's quite satisfying. How they use those for the doors, and then you got the telescopes for the pillars. Very cool building techniques and part usage there. Oh, we're going to use grey frogs. Do you know, that's giving me an idea for like a micro scale New York Public Library. Maybe, I think done one not in the New York set, was there New York Public Library in that one? Because using the frog as kind of like a statue kind of makes me think, does that go the right way? No, it goes this. I'm doing it wrong. It goes this way. Yeah, it kind of, I guess, looks like a stone lion. Is there lions in front of the Gotham City Court? I can't remember. Also, there's 2 lines in front of the New York Public Library, so this could be a cool way of doing them. Oh, I put this on the right way. Oops. How is that camera angle? Is that in focus? Hey, that's a bit better, right? That's crisper. Looks like it's a little bit soft there. Everyone is so quiet right now. If you're watching, say hi. Not you, Mrs. Crackle. Hello. Mrs. Crackle just says hello.
I said hello.
I don't know if you heard that. I told her she couldn't say hi because she's in the room with me, and she went hello. So she didn't technically say hi.
Gotcha.
Yay! I See Dead People 35 is still here. They're just relaxing. Glad you're still here. Although I don't know how you can relax to to me building, but there you go. Oh, look at this. Another long hair. No, it's mine. This thing is going to be solid as a rock, though. I'm surprised. Well, I don't know if I'm surprised, but impressed rather with the amount that's going into the construction as well as the assembly as well. Wait, what? Does that even work? So they want you to basically put these, stack these like that, like 4 of them. I mean, I'm guessing that's going to be the steps there, but how is that going to stay in place? I know, me of little faith. I think actually, I think I've might have figured out how it's going to go in place now. And if it does do it how I think it does it, or even if it doesn't, if there's another way, it's going to be cool. But yeah, this is going to be a very cool build technique. Oh no! Oh no! They all fell out. I don't know if you can see properly what I'm doing here. But, okay. Oh, that is swish. That is simplistic, but swish. Look at that. Look how cool that is done. This might be my favourite part of the build so far, how they use the nougat piece, the like gold bar piece for the doors, telescopes for the pillars. You got this grey frogs for like the stone statues, and then using that piece then for the steps. That is cool. A little tiny bit of movement there, which you know you just kind of push them over. A little bit of sideways movement, but that's super cool, right? I like that a lot. Oh, there might actually be a reason why there's a little bit of sideways movement. Oh no, I gotta take them all apart. Okay. This is my own fault. Where's the brick separator? Somehow I missed something. I remember seeing it in the instructions, so I've only got myself to blame. Oops. There will be 0 sideways movement once I do this properly. Ow, sorry, knocking the camera. Like I said, I've only got like this sliver between the top of the camera and the bottom of the mic where I can see what I'm building. But I'm doing my best. Is that the wrong piece? That is the wrong piece down there. Might use the wrong one. Oh, I'm confused now. What have I done wrong exactly? I put one of those down wrong. I need to put one of those down. No, that's right. No, I've done that wrong. Honestly, this is a really good build technique. I've just made a silly mistake. This is how not to build this great build technique. When it's done, it will look awesome. I almost had it right the first time. Right, are you ready now? There we go. There you go. Now there's no sideways movement. That's so cool. That is definitely my favorite part of the build so far. David Austin says, I'm very intrigued by this set. I too was a huge fan of the animated series. I'm still debating this as a purchase. I mean, I would definitely recommend it. If you're a fan of the animated series, there's so many Easter eggs and cool little features. And also, if you're just a fan of building Lego, there's so many cool little building techniques that you're... It is fiddly, don't get me wrong, as you just saw. You know, and especially when I'm trying to build it in, like, through a sliver about this big. As I can see, and I'm trying to get around it. That's my problem. You won't have that problem if you're not using the exact same amateurish streaming setup that I am. But yeah, it's definitely really cool. Those are some black magic building techniques, right? Chen Hennin says, looks amazing. Squash Josh says, how is everyone doing? We're doing good. We're having fun. We're building this set and we're enjoying ourselves. And do you also have a Wolverine figure? I mean, I have a Wolverine minifigure, but I don't have... I don't have that Lego buildable figure one. I'm not interested in that. Johnny G says you'll have many hours of playing Batman when it's finished. I don't know about playing with it. It's not a play set, but yeah, definitely a fun set. Off topic, but thoughts on Frozen Empire. Yeah, I mentioned it before in a previous stream with someone on there. I'm not going to talk about any spoilers because I still think it's fairly early on there. But I'm definitely going to be doing some custom content about Frozen Empire. Personally, I really enjoyed it. It definitely has its flaws. I enjoyed it more the second time. My biggest complaint, I think, really is that the marketing did the film a huge disservice. They showed too much and set, sort of skewed expectations of when I think things were going to happen. There was too much stuff that was shown that happens later on in the film, and they also showed a bunch of stuff that ultimately didn't make it into the film, which trailers do all the time, but there was a lot. But yeah, I really liked Frozen Empire. It's probably 4th in my ranking of the 4 Ghostbuster movies, and there are only 4, but that's not like a knock because I rank them all really highly. Okay, we're on to bag 11, and this one says Riddler's Reform. This is the one where Riddler says he's gone straight, and he's no longer a criminal and making toys and stuff, puzzles for children, but he can't help himself. He has to be a criminal. There's a couple of times in the comics where he's supposedly gone on the straight and narrow. Become a private detective at one point as well. I enjoyed. Squash Joshy says I avoided most trailers, so had more fun than a lot of people said. Yeah, I avoided all but the very first teaser and the first main trailer as best I could. I did sometimes see a thumbnail or catch a glimpse of a TV spot, but I think even those, like, without going to spoilers, they kind of set it up almost the wrong way. Honestly, a lot of films are so much better when you go into them completely blind. I also just seen the film the second time without any sort of expectations of what exactly was going to happen, whether it's going to be any good or not, and thinking that how is this scene going to play in. Like, I can't help myself sometimes. I guess because I studied film and I was a filmmaker for a bit. That when I see certain scenes in the trailer, my head automatically makes connections of like how that's going to connect to something else in the trailer, or I notice little details that other people might not notice, like someone's wearing the same costume in one scene as they're wearing in another scene. So if they haven't won that yet, then as long as the scene's not being cut, then they must make it to this scene. It can be frustrating, which is another reason why I try to avoid trailers. So watching the second time and just letting it unfold, enjoyed it a hell of a lot more. And I'm also appreciative of it being the first Ghostbusters film that isn't about them setting up, because the first film is all about the Ghostbusters, setting up business for the first time. Then the second one, they've been out of business, so it's about them getting back into it. Then Afterlife is about Phoebe discovering her grandfather's legacy and becoming a Ghostbuster, which, are valid stories. But it was good just to have a film that you jump right into them being already Ghostbusters, working out the firehouse. Excited to see some custom stuff. Yeah, I need to get on it. Obviously, I did those Frostbite minifigures inspired by the stuff we saw in the trailer. So I want to get those and shipped out to everyone who pre-ordered first. And then after that, I'll be looking to make some more digital custom sets for videos, and probably some more minifigures inspired, custom minifigures for purchase as well. Be inspired by stuff. So just need to get my arse in gear really, and actually get a good night's skip, which doesn't help when you do suffer from insomnia, but there you go. We all have our burdens to bear. Squash just says, I like Garaka. Yeah, I like Garaka. Ice People 35 says, I like how Garaka was creepy. Yeah, agreed. Yes. Again, I'm trying not to go into too much spoiler territory, because this isn't a Ghostbusters stream, and the film has only been out for just under 2 weeks, so I don't want to spoil for anyone who's not got the chance to see it yet. But yeah, he did feel very... The whole film felt very inspired by Ghostbusters, the real Ghostbusters cartoon, which no one picked up on, but that is my, I don't think I'd say close second, maybe close second, very close second, or possibly joint first favourite cartoon of all time with Batman, the animated series. But yeah, I don't want to go into too much territory, but there's one real Ghostbusters villain that I would love to see in live action. He has appeared in other media. It's kind of like one of the quintessential real Ghostbuster villains from the cartoon. But I do wonder if they could do that villain now, or whether I think it would be too similar, because I feel like they took inspiration from that villain in some ways for Garaka. So I feel like some people would go, oh, it's just another version of Garaka. I don't know. David Austin says, at the risk of poking the bear, who you calling a bear? Are you not a fan of the Kirsten Wiig version, or do you just not consider it canon? Well, it's not canon anyway. even if you're a fan of it, it's not in the same universe as the other films. But no, I was not a fan of it. I don't like pretty much any of the talent in it. I mean, Kristen Wiig, I think, is a good actress. I like her when she does serious stuff. I don't find her funny. Like, I like her in, you know, more serious roles. She's fantastic in The Martian. I know it's part of an ensemble cast, you know, but, you know, I like her in that. But as a comedic actress, I do not find her in the least bit funny. One person I absolutely can't stand, though, is Melissa McBride. I know it might be an unpopular opinion, but I just can't stand her. I don't just not find her funny. If she's on screen, I just have to turn over. Just so irritating. By the way, how cool is that? So I thought you were doing some sort of jail, but actually it's doing like the window effect at the skyscraper with the question mark on it. Squash Joshy says the Lego set, the 2016 movie, was a beautiful set. I mean, beautiful has gone a bit far, but yeah, I didn't get it because I didn't really want to encourage. I voted with my wallet, and I didn't want anything to do with that film, so that's why I didn't buy it. But honestly, I didn't hate the Ecto 1 in that film. I thought it was okay as a Ghostbusters vehicle. I just disliked that it was called Ecto 1. To me, you know, there is only one Ecto 1. You can get variations of the vehicle, but it's that caddy, you know. If they had called it something else, I think it would be better. And then having that motorbike called Ecto 2, like, no, Ecto 2 is the gyrocopter from real Ghostbusters. So yeah, I didn't like that. I mean, there's elements in isolation that I appreciate from the 2016 movie. Like, I liked the flight suits. I thought they were a cool update, you know, with the high-vis stripe. I liked how they didn't overly feminize uniform. Like I said, the hearse they had, I thought was a cool Ectomobile, but it's not Ecto 1. Yeah. Have you played Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed? That's a fun game. Yeah, I have played it. Yeah. I've downloaded the latest DLC update on there. We had a quick go on it, but I'm still at the moment. I'm in a Red Dead Redemption 2 mood. So normally I'd be all over that with new content. I was a bit disappointed they didn't introduce any new levels. Like, they introduced a new boss battle for Garaka. Sorry, I say Garaka. But yeah, and I think some new cosmetic stuff that you can unlock for the Ghostbusters to wear, and they did the cosmetics for the new packs and wands and stuff. But yeah, I was hoping to get a new level. Like, maybe they could have done an actual level based on the firehouse. That would have been cool. It's weird to me because, like, a game come out around the similar time of that, I think a little bit earlier, when Spirits Unleashed first came out, was the Evil Dead game, which was also an asymmetric multiplayer. And I'll be honest, I initially enjoyed Evil Dead a lot more than the real Ghostbusters. Sorry, Spirits Unleashed, not real Ghostbusters, Spirits Unleashed. But unfortunately, with Evil Dead, they just didn't keep up the new content. And also, you can't fault really Spirits Unleashed for the amount of free content they've given on the game as well, as being good. Free updates. But I can't believe that when the game came out for Evil Dead, like, less than a year before Evil Dead Rise, everyone assumed we were going to get some new DLC pack, some new characters, some new levels for Evil Dead Rise, and we got absolutely nothing. Like, I think around that time they announced that they weren't going to be supporting the game with any new content. What a joke. But they have done a lot of cool content for Spirits Unleashed. It's not my favourite Ghostbusters video game. My favourite Ghostbusters video game is still the 2009 video game, which all the cast came back and did the voices for. A lot of people consider it the third movie. So, yeah. Anyway, talking a lot about Ghostbusters on a Batman stream. Jake and Lee says, okay, I have to head off to work. It was good to see you streaming again. Hopefully you'll be streaming tomorrow on my day off. What day's tomorrow? Thursday? Maybe. I won't be streaming Friday, at least not at this time, because I've got plans. But yeah, maybe I might stream tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. But thank you for dropping by and getting your mum to subscribe as well. Michael Cavallari, that how you say your name? Michael Cavallari? Cavallari? Was ist denn Haarloss? I think that's German. Is that asking about hair loss? I don't know. Are you watching this on a delay? Oh, what's going on here? Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about hair loss. Maybe I'm just paranoid about hair loss now. Because earlier on, my hair was coming out. Oh, it wasn't the hair coming out, it was just on there. Mrs. Crackle, we have a sticker for you, and you're going to hate. We have to put a sticker. The struggle is real. Struggle is sticker struggle on this little bit here.
What bit? What? It's not a 1x1, is it? Oh, phew.
Well, as good as it's a 1x. It's basically a. Yeah. It's weird. Yeah, make sure you put it the right way though.
Which way does it go?
I don't know.
Oh, jeez.
Look up. Let me zoom in on the instructions. So the L is up there, yeah. Oh man.
Gotcha.
And hey Carl, hello. Ich spreche Deutsch. I speak very, very little German. I did German in high school years ago. So no, not really. Sorry. Yeah, Mrs. Crackle just used Google Translate. Yeah, I don't speak German. Sorry. Very little bit. I can say mein Name ist Crackle. I can count to 10 in German. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I sometimes get the gist of stuff. I supposedly have a qualification in Germany, but not in Germany in German. But it was from a very long time ago. Carl says, "Think you'll print old Biff at some point." What do you mean? I don't know what you mean. Mrs. Crackle, can you do Google Translate on what Michael's saying? Because I don't reckon. Well, I had to Google that. Sorry, Michael's on now. David Austin says, I personally regard Kevin Conroy's take on Batman as maybe the best. Agreed. What are everyone's opinions on Will Arnett's take on the role as Lego Batman? I mean, to be honest with you, he's not Lego Batman. He's Lego Movie Batman. Because Lego Batman was Troy Baker. Although I think in the very last Lego Batman game they done, they had Kevin Conroy actually voice him, which was cool, but also kind of weird. Because I always liked Troy Baker's take because he had a little bit of Kevin Conroy, a little bit of Michael Keaton. I think sometimes he said he even had a little bit of George Clooney for some of the funnier moments, you know. Yeah. I always liked Troy Baker as the Lego Batman from, you know, they didn't talk in Lego Batman 1. That was before characters talked in Lego video games. And honestly, I do feel like having the characters in the Lego video games talking was done on purpose as a way to get people used to minifigures talking, ready for the Lego movie. Because the first one was Lego Batman 2, was the first one they had a voice cast, and I think the second one then was Lego Lord of the Rings, but that one, there was no original, it was all pre-existing dialogue from the film. But yeah, Lego Batman 2 is one of my favourite Lego video games. Yeah, again, it's very reminiscent of Batman the Animated Series with bits of Tim Burton, even bits of Schumacher's Batman. You know, the kind of big statues around Gotham City remind me of his Gotham, which I didn't hate. I didn't like Batman and Robin, but I really do like Batman Forever. So, Mrs. Craggle, we have another one of those little LED stickers. We have number 53.
I translated the latest message.
Oh, what does it say?
I like the Batman 1966.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's good. I like Batman 96 as well.
What number?
66, sorry. And Carl says from Back to the Future, yeah. I don't know what you mean by print old Biff though, from Back to the Future. You mean make a custom minifigure? Is that what you mean? Because I did free CMF, custom CMF videos of Back to the Future based on the 3 films. Yeah. I did do a Biff figure, not, well, I don't know if you call him the old Biff, but the 85 Biff. Two seconds, be right back. And we're back. There we go. How's that? I'm not a fan of these stickers. I'm enjoying the build, but stickers. Thank God I've got a wife who can do stickers for me, especially little itty bitty ones. But that gluten tag is that autocorrect? I just realised gluten tag. That is Joe Baker. Is it the same Joe Baker that was here yesterday? The senior Lego Batman designer, of this set. I think he means the version with the cane. Oh yeah, okay, so old Biff, like 2015 Biff. I don't know, I don't use a lot of custom pieces. I'll be honest with you, I was a bit disappointed with how well my custom Return to the Future stuff did. It didn't do particularly well. So I did 3 figures, and you know, I've had a few sales, but nowhere near the amount that people kept asking me to do stuff. So I always say it always depends on the sales. If a theme does really well, then I'll try and make more stuff. Shouldn't be talking about stuff like this though. No after officials in the chat. Who? Joel Baker. He is the senior Lego Batman designer for Lego, and he popped by yesterday's stream. He's want to design this set. I can say we loved Joel, by the way, if you are still here. We absolutely loved this technique here for the steps. You probably tell me I've done something wrong, but that is so cool. And I also like the little grey frogs as the stone statues. Reminds me of New York Public Library. Ah. Okay, I gotta do 2 of those. There are some interesting building techniques on here, even if they are very fiddly for someone with big, clumsy fingers like me. I think I'm doing okay. It hasn't got the same repetition as the Sonic the Hedgehog Lego Idea set, so I don't think my fingers are suffering that much. Oh, we've got another sticker. Oh no! Another sticker! Another! Number 57, 57, please, Mrs. Crackle.
Ooh, that one.
Yeah. it's the little neon kitty cat. Kitty. I'm gonna grab a drink while she's doing that. Yeah, auto translator on YouTube would be good.
Does anyone understand?
Almost just spilt my drink down me. There you go, we're back again. Go. Pretty cool. Oop. Helps if I actually put it on camera. Yeah, Instagram is still not loading my story. Built this on camera. I keep on taking stuff that's fiddly like closer to me, so it's behind the camera, and of course you can't see anything then. So Squashy Joshy says I use the brick separator technique for applying stickers. Yeah, I think Mrs. Craggle does something similar. I can apply stickers, and I have done before when she's not here, when she had to go away for work before. I was on stream, I was doing stickers, but honestly, I just don't have the patience for them. I get so wound up, it's easier just to let her do them. Especially with small fiddly ones. That's cool. Always out, we're putting it straight on. Oh, this is hard to see. I can't see where it goes on. Does it go on to that? Is that right? There we go. It's probably better for you to see anyway. Ah, fail. Didn't mean to do that. That's pretty cool, right? I do love the layering of the skyline as well. Give it that 2.5D effect, shall we say. Okay, and these are spares then. We are on to Fear of Clay Part 2. Well, technically, the clay face thing up here was Fear of Clay Part 2, unless we're going to cover that up now. Okay, we're on bag 12. There's a little itty bitty one. Since we've got some different people in the chat than we had before, I guess we'll ask the question again. What is your favourite episode of Batman the Animated Series? Mr. Freeze's origin story was top shelf. Yep. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that take. Heart of Ice. Yeah, I think that's the one they. Yeah, I believe that's the one they won the Emmy for. It was fantastic, and that is again is one of the. I say again, he probably wasn't here. Like I said before, it's probably one of the most. The biggest influence, one of the biggest influences that Batman Animated Series had on other Batman media, because this was a hugely influential piece of Batman media, affecting the comics and video games and other cartoon series and live action films and everything. And prior to Heart of Ice, Mr. Freeze was just a generic mad scientist, but they changed him into the tragic. I was going to say villain and then figure at the same time. I come up with Villa, the tragic villain that most people, think of now when they think of Mr. Freeze. My favorite episode was. Oh, sorry. My favourite though was the island of Dr. Marish's episode with Catwoman being abducted and mutated. Oh, Tiger. Yeah, I don't like that episode. I'm surprised. Wow. I mean, fair enough. Each to their own. It's a bit weird. Yeah, it's certainly out there. I was saying yesterday that I think it was yesterday that I'm not a fan of how the animated series did Catwoman. I think they struggled to get her characterization right. I like the design for her. But her characterization was kind of all over the place. Rather, they were trying to do like the femme fatale as Catwoman, but then they were also trying to make her, as a cat burglar and have that, chemistry with Batman, but being the bad guy. But then she was also an environmentalist. It was just it was a bit all over the place. They didn't know which direction to take it, and kind of went in all directions. I just felt she was really unlikable as well, especially the way she treated Bruce and just pretty much used him. She was a bit better in New Batman Adventures. The design was horrendous. It was awful. She looked like a monster. But the characterization was a bit better when it just kind of just stuck to it being a Catwoman, a cat burglar who was out for herself. At least they had a direction. They stuck to it. But yeah, interesting that you like that episode. I think there's in that one there's about 2 or 3 episodes on the trot that are all to do with humans becoming like part animal. I think there's a werewolf one as well. I think after that or just before it. Have you seen the Batman the Animated Series Joker hair James made for Firestar? Yes, I have seen it, yeah. Not keen on the colour, but it is good. It reminds me a lot of the one that was in the DLC, the Batman the Animated Series DLC for DC Supervillains, which I don't know why they didn't go with that, make a custom piece. They went with an existing piece, which I think kind of let the figure down. We haven't got to that figure yet. We'll see. We'll make our mind up once we actually get to it, I will, but yeah, I mean, as we said before with Harley Quinn, the original sort of run of Lego Batman figures was kind of very reminiscent of, the very first run of Lego Batman minifigures was reminiscent of Batman animated series anyways, which is why the Harley Quinn doesn't look like anything particularly new. It's a good figure, but it doesn't, look like a complete reinvention to what we've already had from Lego before. But with the Joker one, they've used the old Joker hairpiece that they've used pretty much since the Joker's since the very first Joker minifigure they've done, and I would have preferred they went with a more custom piece, or a new mold, not a custom piece. I guess it wouldn't be custom because it's a Lego official one, but more similar to the one that James has made, which again, like I said, reminded me of the one from the video game DLC, which was pretty much a perfect version of what I would want from a Batman the Animated Series Joker minifigure. And also that DLC had the Phantasm as well, which we were talking about earlier. We really want a Phantasm minifigure. So I hope they make more Lego Batman the Animated Series stuff. Normally I would say, nah, they do one and that's it. But they did do, more than one Batman 89/92 stuff, so there is some hope. Arguably that probably was because of the Flash movie having Keaton back as Batman, and originally the original plan before James Gunn came on board was to do the soft reboot of the DC EU, the movies, and have Keaton become the main Batman of the movies. That's obviously been scrapped now when they scrapped the Batgirl movie that he was in, and also they're doing a whole reboot. But I wonder if the Lego stuff was in development then, and that's why they were doing lots of Keaton Batman stuff. Mrs. Crackle, we have stickers for you.
Oh, no.
We have 2. We have 32 and 25. There we go. I don't think it matters which way they go on. They only go on one way. Yeah. I think Firestar was saying about doing recolors. That'd be cool. I noticed they've put a thing up at the moment about getting content creators to do stuff, which I don't know if I need to apply for, because they used to send me stuff for free to review, but I fell a bit behind with the content, and then I had some stuff that I was going to do content on, but they had the fire last year, so I held off because I thought there's no point advertising this stuff if they're not open yet. I'll wait till they're back up and running, and then when they got back up and running, I had a lot of stuff going on in my life. So yeah, we never got round to it, but I did buy on my own pocket. They didn't send me them. I did buy some figures recently, including the Kill Bill minifigures they did of the Bride and Crazy 88, and I want to do a video on them. Because even though I do my own custom minifigures, I still support other custom minifigure makers. I still, am a consumer of other custom minifigures, so I want to do videos on them. Just did a review of, this is not it, but the Bat Bricks custom Batman the Animated Series inspires Batman minifigure, so if you haven't already, go check out that video.
I need to contact Lego.
Oh, why? Ah, I'm gonna have to contact Lego. I got a misprint on my sticker. Ah, that's disappointing. That's disappointing. Squash Dashi asks, did you like the recent Ghostbusters releases, Afterlife Gozer, Walter Peck, and the Proton Packs? Some of it. Like, I like the I like the printed tiles I did before. I did when I was still, getting stuff from them to review. I did a thing about their Ghostbusters printed tiles. I know they've done a restock of that. The Walter Peck figure I really liked, because it's obviously based on how he was in the original 84 movie. In fact, I was going to do my own Walter Peck figure, and then I saw their one, and I was like, well, I still could, but it'd be pointless because they've done it pretty much exactly how I would do it. The only thing I would change out would be the hairpiece. So there's no point in me doing a Walter Peck minifigure now. They even used the same name that I was going to go for. So, great minds think alike. And I've actually ordered that figure as well because I want it just for my own collection. The Gozer figure, I thought their Gozer was actually supposed to be the 84 version of Gozer. I don't know. I gotta be honest. Although you probably, criticize me for saying so, I prefer my Gozer to the one that they've done. So I didn't pick that up. Yeah. It's a fine Gozer. It's certainly better than the custom ones that were available when I did my one, because I know there were some people who had already done Gozer minifigures when I designed mine, and part of the reason why I did mine was because I didn't like any of the customs out there. Had I not done mine, I would have gone, yeah, this is a cool Gozer, but I do think mine kind of tops it. But there we go. And the Proton Packs, I'm not a fan of molded Proton Packs. I know I say about custom pieces for the hair and stuff, but things like the Proton Packs, I actually prefer having them be brick built. So I wouldn't be getting the custom Proton Packs. I've seen custom Proton Packs before. I think Brickforge did some. Firestar used to stock them. Was it Brickforge? Firestar's stories used to stock them anyway. Some third-party custom Proton Packs before they've done their own ones, and I didn't like those, and I don't really like these ones, but there you go. Galaxy Broadcasting. So I guess we are kind of doing Feet of Clay Part 2. You know, we did the first part of it under Part 1. Maybe Part 1 and Part 2 wasn't referring to the episode, but referring to the part of the build. Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah, it's the Afterlife one because it has that hair and the rib design. I also liked yours. Yeah, I mean, the hair could be arguably either the flat top design. I went with, I mean, I do like the hairpiece. At the time, I was pretty much limited to just using Lego official pieces for my custom figures, so I just went with the nearest piece. The hairpiece is probably more accurate, like the flat top style. She did have the rib cage. I noticed that. I noticed that because someone messaged me and said, "Oh, they've ripped off your design. The rib cage is exactly like it," and it's not. It's not exactly like it. I get what the person was on about it being similar, but I think it's two people doing a design in a pre-existing style based on the same source material. You know, it's different enough that I know it's not a rip-off, but I get what the person, you know, at a glance thought they were doing, but I'm happy that no plagiarism has occurred. So yeah, you're probably right. It probably is based on the Afterlife version. I don't think I'll get either of the figures. I prefer OG Gozer, and Walter Peck could be easily made from official parts. Yeah, that was kind of why I've been reluctant to actually make Walter Peck, is because he is a figure that you could probably make a purist custom of fairly easy, because it's a guy in a suit with a ginger beard, really, you know. But I wanted to get their one because I did like it, you know, and I appreciate Fast Eye Toys, so I'd like to get back on good terms with them if I fall out. I don't think I've fallen out with them. I just think they stopped sending me stuff because I stopped producing content. But I still buy stuff from them, so you know, I'm a fan as well as a creator. I just saw something really cool. I'm so glad this is printed. I thought this was a sticker, and part of what swayed me to get this set was knowing that this Easter egg to the iconic opening sequence of the cartoon, well, it's not an Easter egg, it's a reference, I guess, was actually printed, because there's so many stickers in here. I'm so glad this is printed. Good. Squashy Joshy back with the Ghostbusters talk on a Batman stream. I wish they would have released Vigo minifigure instead. Well, I did a Vigo minifigure, and I'm very, very happy with mine. So, yeah. I do have the tile from before that they did of the Vigo painting, which is pretty cool. I mean, to be honest with you, that was part of the reason why I held back on doing a Vigo minifigure, because I was worried that, okay, would it be too similar to their design? Because, you know, there are only so many ways of doing a character in a pre-established style based on the same source material, but I like how different my Vigo minifigure is and my own take on it. I was pleased with how it turned out. But now, I mean, we talked about this on the Unsorted podcast. I don't know if you've listened to that. This week we talked about it, making custom stuff and being a custom creator. And I generally try to stay away from what other custom creators are doing. Whilst I am a consumer myself, like, you know, if I know where someone's doing stuff like based or inspired by the same stuff that I'm inspired by, you know, I purposely will not bother. People often message me and go, "Oh, so and so's done this figure as well." I'm like, okay. I don't want to look at it because I don't want to be influenced by it, but also I'm focused on what I'm doing. So I get lots of people saying, "So and so's done this Doctor Who figure." I'm like, yeah, okay, good for them. I'm doing my version. Yeah, Firestar Toys is one that I buy figures from. And I don't worry too much about what they're doing in terms of their crossover or anything, or anyone, I don't know, for that matter. But I did see that Walter Peck figure, and I was kind of like, that's what I would have done if I was ever going to do it. But I haven't, so I was happy to purchase their one. Hasn't arrived yet, but when it does, I'll be adding him to the firehouse. I can't remember. Does he come with any accessory? I feel like he should come with a tile that, you know, the cease and desist. Oh, warrant or word or something. A court order. Sorry, I don't want to get you off track. Right, yeah. People are watching this for Batman, not for Ghostbusters. I think only one person answered what their favourite episode was. Did anyone else say what their favourite Batman the Animated Series episode was, or did I miss it? Did I get bogged down? Oh, God. I don't think Joel's here now. He popped in and said gluten tag and then left, I think. It was cool. I think he comes with a briefcase. Oh, okay. Ooh, we're putting the tile on. Do 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 do. Yeah, I love my anime series. Block says hello, Block. Good to see you here. How you doing? What is your favourite Batman the Animated Series episode? We're asking everyone. Not everyone is answering, but we're asking. Has Instagram posted my story yet? Oh my word, still waiting for connection. 2 hours ago, I first tried posting that story, apparently. Oh man. You said people, Mrs. Crackle was just informed me that other people are able to post now, but apparently I can't, so. Apparently it's not letting me post anything, so. No one else knows that we're live, because I can't post on social media, well, Instagram, which is pretty much the only thing I post on nowadays. I do need to get back into posting. I need to do content on YouTube, get consistent with that, and I need to post stuff on like TikTok and whatever. I've not seen it in years, so fair enough. Do you remember a scene that you liked or anything? And it says, alright you, I'm good, I'm having fun building this set. It is a fun set to build. It's a bit tricky because I'm running out of space, and I'm building between a very small sliver of eyesight between the top of my camera and the bottom of my microphone, so that's why I'm probably a bit clumsy at the moment. I think one of my favourites was the Scarecrow episode. Okay, cool. Yeah. By the way, I do have some special Batman the Animated Series notifications on this stream. So if you're not already, and you have your subscribers public on your profile, if you subscribe to Cut the Crackle whilst we're live, a cool notification will pop up. Likewise, if you also become a channel member for the low price of 99 pence US or 99 cents US, 99 pence UK, other currencies are available. And also, if you send a super chat, there's also a pop-up notification inspired by Batman the Animated Series. Just saying. How is that? I don't know if Sam is still here, but I'm trying my hardest at this self-promotion larky. I'm not very good at it. But overall, the main thing that you can do is be here and watch the stream. Maybe hit the like button if you can. Everything is appreciated. Thank you. I never really had a favourite episode, says Squashy Joshy. There would just be certain characters I like the episodes being based around. That's cool. What were the characters that you like the episodes being based around? It was a very character-driven series. It was very, very mature for its audience, and I guess also the time as well. I mean, even now I feel like, there's not many cartoons that have the level of maturity that Batman the Animated Series did. think we're doing some more of the lettering. I think. I always like Mr. Freeze and Clayface. Yeah, two very cool villains. Again, two of the villains and the animated series take on them has pretty much become the standard now for how they are in other media. Like, they kind of combined Basil Karlo with Matt Hagen for Clayface, but that is like now the origin story and the version of Clayface that is, you know, used the most or is most well known as the actor who can shapeshift. The Arkham games pretty much had the animated series Clayface in them, but they called him Basil Karlo. Is that right? That looks like... Well, that can't be right, because that should be poking out. Huh. That's the wrong one. It's not that one. It's this one. There we go. And Mr. Freeze, obviously, they revolutionised the character. Block says, I don't think I watched much of that series. Oh, fair enough. Squash Joshy said, I also love Two-Face. Yeah, Two-Face is good as well. They did a really good origin for his character as well. And I also like the fact that he popped up beforehand in a couple of episodes. Like, he's in On Leather Wings, in the mayor's office, when they're talking about taking down Batman, because they think Batman is the one doing the crimes. Ooh, just knocked a table. That Man-Bat's doing. And he's also in the first appearance of Poison Ivy. He's dating Pamela Isley and gets poisoned by her, so... Which is referenced later on in the episode, almost got him. And they kind of have like this atmosphere between them. And Poison Ivy turns to the Joker and Penguin and says, we used to date. And they're like, ah. I did love how the interconnectivity of the different characters, like how they were able to have like the different villains intermingle. I mean, previously, I think like in the 66 Adam West Batman, you only had one villain per story. It was like the 66 Batman movie was like the first time I think they all came together. I might be misremembering that, but certainly in most shows, if you had a villain, you know, they kind of existed in isolation in their episodes and that was it. Whereas the animated series, it felt like this whole breathing world. Like you saw Harvey Dent before he became Two-Face. You saw Pamela Isley interact with him. You saw, you know, the Joker and the Penguin and Two-Face try to outbid each other for the secret identity of Batman and stuff. It was so good. Block says it was mostly Batman the Bold and the Brave, or the Brave and the Bold that I watched as a kid. I think it scared me as a kid. Oh, I mean, the series scared you, okay. Yeah, Batman the Brave and the Bold came out much later, so you're obviously a lot younger than I am than if that was out when you were a kid. I think that was out when I was in my 20s. Cool. I do love how they've managed to oh, sorry, you can't really see it, do the lettering on here, the classic Batman the animated series. Art Deco font. I think we're gonna finish up this bag and then we're gonna call it a night then. Did I do that wrong? Wait, what? I did something wrong, right? Oh yeah, what? Okay. Yeah, I did it too high. There we go. That's better. That was way too high. Oh, did I miss a message from David? Said, I'll take my leave now. Thank you for showing this build off. Guten Abend. Oh, sorry, David. Didn't mean to miss your message. But thank you for joining us. I know you're not here now to hear me say it, but if you watch this back, there we How far am I into the build? Not as far as I would like. I would say about 2/3 of the way through the first instruction manual. And there are 2 instruction manuals, so yeah. Got a fair bit to go. Probably going to be building this for a while. But it's fun. It's fun to enjoy the build. I always build slower when I'm streaming anyway, so. Wait, what? I'm confused at how that even goes on. Right, so that's that. This makes no sense to me, this step. So, you put that on, and that goes on 3 down. That goes there. That goes there. Are we just sandwiching that in? Yeah, I guess so. So that... Oh, okay. Oh, no, it goes on. I didn't realize that piece can connect that way. Duh, that's fine. Can you put the build on a wall? I believe so, yeah. I believe you can hang it on a wall. I'm probably going to put mine on a shelf behind behind the 89 Batmobile next to the 89 Batcave. I have a big Batman builds. I feel like I've done that wrong. Like, why would that be higher? Doesn't feel right. I don't think I've done that right. Well, you can't see, but I don't know. Maybe it's an illusion. Maybe it is the right height. It's a bit of an optical illusion that it looks higher than it is. It looks higher on the one side. We'll see. We'll trust the process for now. The Letterman is really cool. I am glad that you do it as you're building the set rather than just add on at the end, but it does make it difficult for space, especially when you're streaming, because you've got the build and then you've got the letters at the top here. So. Yeah, it's not. It's an optical illusion. It's not higher. I just checked. Oh, what? It can't be. Unless I've done the angle. That's something wrong. We'll see. We'll check it in a bit. I'm counting the amount of studs showing, so it should be fine. Because I do like how they've done the. I mentioned this already, I'm repeating myself, but I do like how they've done the text. It's very, very cool. Block says, I wonder if we will get any normal sets for the animated series, like minifig scale ones. I hope we do. I hope so. That would be the dream, right? Oh, we're doing another blimp. But I think this one's supposed to be like further away. Yeah, looks like it. There's like a one in the distance. That's cool. You see that? Okay, and now we connect this up here. You still see me building? I'm doing my best to get it on camera without knocking everything over. Trying my hardest. Okay, now we see if I actually have built the letters correctly. Is there any reason why LEGO stopped doing normal size DC sets? I don't know. I think some of it has to do with the films. Like, the last few years the films haven't exactly been child friendly. I mean, DC on the whole is, you know, it tends to be more mature than perhaps Marvel, which is more family friendly. Not all Marvel. I mean, I'm doing a generalization, but certainly with the films wise, they haven't had the same sort of you know, sort of mainstream child-friendly appeal. Oop, sorry. But you know, they were when they first started doing Lego Batman, they were just doing like generic Batman stuff, yeah, that wasn't based on any particular version. So who knows? I'm glad they are still doing stuff, but since Batman was the original Lego DC superheroes line before Marvel, you know, they had DC first. But yeah, to answer your question, I really don't know. That does look too tall though, doesn't it, right? It might all work out. It might all work out. I'm just paranoid that I've done something wrong and I'm gonna have to go back like more than one bag to fix it later on, but we should be okay. Oh. Okay, well I've definitely missed something out. Oh, okay, no drama, I just missed that bit out. I was going to say. I had spares. That is the end of that bag. I can't even show you what I built. I mean, ignore the background of that. There you go, you get the idea. You get the idea. It is a very big build. I'll do some proper glam shots when I'm finished with it. But that was the end of bag 13. So next up will be bag 14, but we're going to call it for there because I have been going for almost bang on 2 hours. So we're going to say goodbye for now. I probably will be streaming again tomorrow. I won't be streaming Friday, so be sure to make sure that you're here. I'll try and schedule something ahead of time, so if I don't know, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Subscribe, turn on notifications, like the stream, consider becoming a channel member, leave a comment, all that jazz. I hope you're all happy, safe, and healthy. Thank you so much for keeping me company whilst I've been building this set, and I will see you next time. Bye.